Let's start the podcast.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
You can start it.
I'll do the whole thing, damn it.
Goddamn right.
Ladies and gentlemen, two Al's, one pod. That's what they're calling us. We used to be the Talking Dicks, a spinoff from our web series, The Two Dicks, 1950s detectives that are politically incorrect, which is kind of what we are in real life, but we filter ourselves. It's a way for us to vent. I'm Al Ducharme. I'm in Studio City, California today. My partner, who's losing his voice, is in Clearwater, Florida. After the aftermath of the 4th of July celebration, the independence of our independence from Britain. Oh, the British. Wow. And I heard more fireworks than I did when I was a kid for the bicentennial. I heard more fireworks we went out with a bang because it's going to be, people are saying it's going to be the end of democracy. And I mean, come on.
We've heard this our whole life.
I know.
Barack Obama was going to take our guns, this and that.
Civil rights marching. And I mean, things change, protests and whatnot. And vote, people. Just vote.
Yeah.
Vote with your mind, your heart.
Your penis.
Vote and your penis.
Vote with your penis.
Girls, you can use the, I don't want to say.
I wonder if anyone's ever done that. Like, because, guys are weird and there's a curtain you pull. I wonder if guys have ever just whipped it out and done bizarre shit in that booth. Whether, you know what I mean? I wonder if they've ever had to make an arrest.
Are you just describing your fantasy? What are you
Well, it's not a...
Don't ruin the fantasy.
But, I've had those thoughts when you pull a curtain, you go, hey, I can do whatever I want in here.
Are you talking about a voting booth or are you talking a peep show?
It's the same principle. It's a curtain. I think it's the same.
It's the same principle
model of the curtain. Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get. You pull it.
Exactly. I'm going to peep and either way I'm going to come. So, it's... But yeah, I've had that thought. I've had that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My voice, by the way, I woke up. It's weird. Sleep can heal you. And it can do weird. Like I went to bed last night. I was fine. July 4th. I had a beer. I think I had one beer yesterday. And wake up this morning. Yeah, I didn't have I don't know. Didn't have the feeling.
You're not in the mood.
Booze. Yeah. Yeah. And I woke up and I'm like, little problem. Tomorrow starts 2 shows a night. And I need to, because we have that kind of job. People don't understand. We have the job of, we kind of have to work unless you're on your deathbed,
which I was.
You got to get out there and work. I mean, they're not going to just go, no, you can take the night off.
I told you that story in the 90s. I was literally, I tried to cancel a gig. Yeah. It was a Barry Katz gig in Algonquin, Maine.
Katz. Name dropping here. Wow.
Yeah, he was my college agent and my manager for 10 minutes. But he had a gig. It was in Algonquin, Maine. It was like a Saturday night. And I said, Barry, I'm sick as a dog. I have to cancel. You got to replace me. He's like, I got nobody. You're going to have to just go. And I had my friend drive me, and the other comedian drove me in my car. And I laid down in the back of the seat of my car all the way to the gig, like 2 hours. I laid down in the back of the club. And then when he was finishing up his set, the adrenaline started kicking in and I started coming around. And he introduced me. I hit the stage. Boom. I had like the set of my life at that point. And then I came off and I was still running with it. And then we left. We got in the car. And then like 5 minutes into the ride, I was like, right back to where I was. Like, Ended up in the hospital for 2 to 3 weeks.
Why?
I had septicemia. I had my teeth cleaned and I contracted an infection, a blood virus, and it attacked my heart valve, causing it to stay open. Yeah. Nearly had to have my heart valve replaced.
What?
And then I had a heart
teeth cleaning?
Yeah. And then I had a heart murmur.
Man.
And the heart murmur cured itself over time. And my doctor said, yep. He goes, you nipped it in the bud and you got it early, so your heart recovered. And he said your exercise,
wow,
and your eating habits. At that time, I was like strict about everything, and yeah. But there you go.
That's amazing.
I heard you say penis.
But I mean, it's wild. Like, it's funny. People don't even realize the mouth. Like, a lot of comedians we know, or some we both know, aren't exactly the best with their, oral hygiene. But that can lead to like heart attacks and stuff. You don't think about it, but an unclean mouth,
flossing,
unclean teeth, no flossing, it can lead to heart attacks and a stroke and all sorts of shit that you don't believe. But the guys we know, it's mainly their breath.
Yes, well, halitosis, because if you don't floss, you get that too, plus whatever your diet is. But the flossing, because of the plaque, gets into your bloodstream and blocks your arteries. And I was never explained that.
No one was.
Nobody. But that was known. It just wasn't, no one was educating anybody. That was known for decades prior to it becoming
I never heard about
national health awareness.
Fairly recently about the whole.
Yesterday.
I've always flossed, but not in the case of preventing a heart attack or stroke or something. I just wanted to get rid of my steak.
Teeth cleaning,
my teeth.
Teeth cleaning and flossing.
Yeah.
How often do you have your teeth cleaned? Because I used to go once a year, and then they're like, no, you got to go 6 months. I'm like, come on. And I was like, now they're saying 3 months. I know people that go 4 times a year. I'm like, what?
It's been a while. I haven't been, but yeah. So I used to go at least once a year, probably twice.
Yeah.
But
you skip a year. I've done it where I'm like, especially with our schedules, I have to cancel my dental appointment, and then I go, all right, I have to, when I get back, I'll be back in a week. We don't have anything for 3 months.
Have you ever gone in Cozumel? A lot of the guys.
I have not, but I've entertained it many, many times, and people swear by it. They swear by it
this week. I was thinking about, why not stop in, get a cleaning for $11, and
I think it's a little bit more, but it's.
Well, then I'm not doing it.
It's $27.
That's outrageous. Kelly went.
Which one is Kelly now? Is that the one that you're with now?
Little side piece. Kelly.
Poor Kelly listens to this.
Her tooth broke, and she went to the dentist, and they go, it was $650 up front. Even with her insurance, they go, we need it. You got to pay us.
That's crazy.
I was like, I've never heard of that.
What are we in Russia?
You get billed.
What in the Ukraine paying for the war?
$650 before you go in the chair. I've never heard of it. So yeah,
that's what they charge you when you go to the electric chair. $650. That's right. Up front.
And
that's what, because you're not going to pay for it after.
Exactly. That's with full insurance. $650.
Well, this is why I don't have dental insurance.
Yeah.
It's a part of our emergency fund. And there's 2 camps on that. No, you got to have that in case there's something major, or you keep the emergency fund there, it collects a little interest.
Right.
And then if you need anything, because they say the amount of money that you pay over time, extra, if you're paying your own insurance. Like we pay our own insurance. Depending on your job, how much they pay, you pay. But I keep it in our health savings account, which is works like an IRA. Whatever you don't use, you keep. And it collects interest, and you get to deduct it right off the top of your taxes. So we always have a few grand in there anyways. So.
Right. That's the way to do it, instead of, paying insurance on dental and not using it for.
What is it now? Is it like $300 a year? I mean, a month?
I have no idea. I don't have
3,000?
I don't know. But she has it through her job. But
yes, that's different.
$650 up front, and then you can go and see the dentist. And she was like, no. So she left, and then she's just looking for another dentist.
Yeah, because I pay with my health savings credit card when I leave after my cleanings. Bernadette, the same thing. When she had some work done. Pretty expensive, though. Mm-hmm. So it's funny we're talking about this. She just dropped. She had a root canal. Now, I heard that if you get a root canal in Mexico, it's a couple $100. They charged her $1,800.
Oh, yeah. Someone had one that we know. I forget. I remember hearing it was like maybe 300, 350 root canal.
Yeah.
In Cozumel.
Yeah.
Well, which is a little better than 1,800. But yeah, and it's all
you're kidding to say $1,500?
Not in the back of Pepe's garage,
No, usually they're all educated in the States.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it says on the wall, but
they are. We're kidding.
But they're trained. They're not just winging it. And if you have a reputable reputation from other people, entertainers, then that's a no-brainer. And everybody, look, I got my whole thing fixed. My teeth were all crooked from my whole life. I didn't want to. It was going to cost me, tens of thousands of dollars. I had it done. I got a whole new mouth for like $2,000.
Yeah. Well, they have full trips available online. You can go to Mexico at Cozumel and, have your hip replaced and you stay at the hotel for a week and the whole thing. It's like,
it's a resort.
$8,000 for the whole with the air, the whole thing. I mean, it's a viable option, no doubt about it.
That's recovery. It's a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the above. The only thing that sucks is you can't have the booze for a certain amount of days.
No margaritas.
You have to wait, whatever it is.
No mugs.
7 to
Did you have any? Did you have any booze yesterday, July 4th?
Very little. Very little. It was a weird day for me.
Yeah.
It was a weird day for me. My lady's out of town.
Where is Bernadette Pauly on a boat? Oh, okay.
Yes, Galveston.
All right. Galveston.
She's doing the 3 and 4 day
on Allure.
No,
is that
small ship?
Oh, okay. Oh, no comedy club.
No.
Ooh, welcome aboard.
she was digging the comedy club because she's like, it's very
sure.
To migrate, it's different from land comedy club, but it's easier.
It's close enough though for being on a ship. You'll take it. It's a big difference. That welcome aboard that's a different, different beast.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yep.
I'm doing the Icon when this comes out. I'll be on the Icon. Then I have a week off, and then I'm going on the Wonder. Oh, the Wonder has a comedy club. That's right. What am I going on? No, I'm going on Freedom. The
Freedom class. That's the that used to be the biggest ship in the world at one time.
Yeah,
I still like that class.
Do you?
Yeah, but some Macs don't. I kind of dig that class.
That was the ship I was on before the world shut down on COVID. I had COVID on it. I got off, felt terrible, got home, and then 2 days later, I got an email saying the next 2 weeks were canceled. Then the next 2 weeks were canceled. Then the next 2 weeks were canceled. And
at least you got your COVID out of the way.
I did. But I didn't do any shows that whole week. I couldn't even get out of bed. I was never that sick. So we talk about missing shows and the show must go on. I couldn't. I stayed in bed and they brought food and
so this story negates what you told us in the beginning of the podcast.
It does. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. That was the exception, though. That's once in a lifetime.
That was.
Hopefully.
It was a pandemic, for God's sake.
How about they're saying this is not going to be our last one? I'm like, come on.
I know. Well, is
that to brace us?
I don't know. I'm not shutting down, so I don't know. I don't know what will happen next time. Hey, I wanted to ask you. I flew home Sunday night. Flew home Barcelona to Miami. 10 hours, which seemed all of it, believe me. But I had a guy next to me.
You had a guy.
I'm in the window.
First one?
No. I'm in the window, and it's nighttime. First of all, this guy's watching his iPhone, no earbuds, no headphones. He's watching a movie. I'm watching the movie.
What?
Yes.
They made the announcement
twice. They made it twice. Yeah. And he's got.
Was he a white American?
He was a younger African American.
Okay, hold on.
And put that in your report. And then he had the phone on his lap. I don't know.
I got to edit that out. I'm pretending. I'm pretending to be that guy.
Oh, I see. I thought you
were
a
male Karen.
Anyway,
racist.
But he puts the phone on his lap and he's watching a movie. And I don't want to say anything because you don't want to start. So I'm giving him that look, the look where you just like, I can't believe you're doing this. That kind of look. Are you? Yeah. You okay?
I'm taking notes because you give me shit.
Oh,
I'm taking editing notes. I do notes on the fly. So when I go to editing.
Oh, I see.
You come prepped. You get.
I wasn't used to you with a pen and paper. I never saw that before.
I was like, what is this thing?
Yes.
I remember.
He actually opened a notebook. So it's nighttime. We're over the water. It's nighttime. Plane's dark. The guy taps my arm and goes, "Can you open the window?" I go, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, then never mind." And he looks like he's annoyed. So I go, "Here you go." Pitch black. You can't. There you go. And for maybe 40 minutes of the next 40 minutes, his head is turned near my face because he's looking out my window.
It's dark out.
It's pitch black. It's pitch black.
So is he claustrophobic?
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm watching a movie. I'm watching whatever I was watching. I don't even remember now. And I can see him in my periphery. He's right there. His face is right here looking out my window. And I keep doing one of these.
What the fuck with the personal space?
What are you doing?
Has he flown before?
No personal space. Elbows in my ribs. Elbow, the left elbow in my rib.
He had the middle seat, is what right?
He had the middle seat. Yep. It was a long one. That was a long one. And I was in coach, and I had been in basically first class on Discover Air. So then it was back to, here's your
with the peasants.
Little sandwich in a bag and a wooden spoon. Meanwhile, it's also 0 degrees on the plane. It was so, and I knew it was going to be. I brought a sweater, but it was so cold.
It was so cold.
It was so cold.
How cold was it? It was so cold. My penis turned into an innie.
There you go.
Oh, you going to do Dolly Parton?
I don't know. Some with Dolly.
Nipple joke? You're going to go Dolly Parton
like
nipple
that.
joke?
I don't know. Carson always went for Dolly. It was always
Dolly Parton's nipples knocked over a lifeguard at the beach.
Hey now. Freezing in there. And at one point I asked for coffee, and the stewardess goes, "It's not very good." I go, "That's fine. I literally wanted something to hold."
Sure.
For warmth.
No blanket?
Not in 22F.
All right, your buddy Al.
No, sir.
I got to give you
he travels
tips.
with an exextra pair of shorts and
extra pair of underwear in my backpack. Also, I carry a very light. It's a
bear.
It's a what is it? Armorall? No, Under Armour Armorall. I have an Under Armour. The stuff you put in your tires
before you get on.
Yeah, I polish up the plane tires, and no, the ground crew likes it because it gives them a break. They watch me and drink coffee while I'm doing it.
That's a hell of a passenger. Nicely
this
done.
Improv is going well today, right?
Oh yeah. Trying to get words out of my broken voice and
my Under Armour, a little zippity zip. It's got a little collar on it. Plus, I have a neck pillow, and that keeps you warm too.
Sure. No.
And then if you get too warm, you just take it off.
Hey now, the neck.
I roll it up and I put my armrest. I never take a window. Very rarely do I do a window seat.
I love a window seat because I want the wall. I like it feels a little private.
Mm-hmm.
And can you hear that rain coming down? By the way, on the old roof.
I just thought that your Depends was overflowing.
Can you hear that? Yeah,
I don't hear it.
Okay. It's storming pretty good here.
But you're in Florida, doesn't it rain? Like threatened to rain almost every day, and then
yes,
5 minutes.
But it's almost like louder than I'm hearing you in my. That's how loud it's getting. I can't believe you can't hear it. But
let it rain, rain, rain. There's so many songs with the name.
Great song.
Rain coming down all over me. What? It's Peter
the
Gabriel.
First one was
Red
Clapton.
Rain.
Oh, Red Rain. Yeah.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Boom, bop, boom, bop, boom.
Who was that? My brain is no good today. Who did?
Next
I can see,
on the no good brain.
I can see clearly now the rain. Who was that? The rain has
I can see obstacles in my way.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You don't know either. Okay. No.
That was American recording artist Johnny Nash.
So that was 10 hours. Get into Miami, 3-hour layover. Okay. Doable. 3 hours becomes 4 hours, becomes 5.5.
You could have drove.
And I'm so tired from the 10-hour flight. I didn't sleep because numbnuts next to me. So then I was landed. I'm like, should I just grab my bag, get a car, and drive? I don't know if you can make it home. I'm so tired. Or wait the 3 hours. So I go, wait the 3 hours. Then it became 4 hours. Then it became 5 hours. And now I'm trapped. And I'm looking at hotels just in case.
It's a trap. It's a horrible travel after that. It's just a horrible travel day.
I waited and I got on a, I don't know what it was, 10:30 flight. Got home 11:30.
Oh.
No, landed 11:30, got home after 12. So I left Barcelona, left the ship at 8:30 a.m. Barcelona, back in my house about 12:15 a.m.
And so Kelly's like this.
No, she picked me up at the airport like a trooper. She was to get up at 5:30 in the morning. She's like, I go, I'll Uber. She's like, no, I will pick you up. So Kelly
God, give her.
Kelly and Teddy picked me up, and Teddy drove, of course, at that hour. And
you're kidding?
Yeah. No,
she's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys should date.
Got home. And that was so then Monday, I had the week and July 4th, and now we're back to work tomorrow. Back at it.
Wow. Well, again, I commend her for that move. Bernadette does that quite often. I'll say, I'll just take an Uber, babe. She's like, no. But Bernie doesn't have that schedule.
Yeah. No, it was
5:30.
But she was like, oh, no big deal. She goes, I can just I'll be fine. I'm like, okay, surprised.
Don't give too much away.
Hey, now.
You started. I saw you started the back paddle.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say anything else, but actually, no, it's fine. Edit that out. All right, so
edit that out. I got to make another note. I got a pen.
Another note. I don't know if she's looking over here, very worried. What's going on? Here she comes. Wait, what's happening? What's going on? Can you shut it? I can't. I'm kind of trapped in there.
It's a trap.
Yeah, you're kind of trapped in there.
It's a trap.
It's not coming in, is it? Is it raining? I mean, is it getting in there? I couldn't see it from here. Oh, she's upset now.
Yeah,
she's mad at me.
You're ruining the home.
Well, I got the windows open. It's 1,000 degrees in here, and now she's saying it's raining into the sunroom. So, do you want to come over and explain this, Kelly? No?
Wow, she went from hero to Nurse Ratched.
Yeah, I was just singing your praises about picking me up at the airport at midnight, and now I'm being looked at badly. Man, it's loud. It is getting loud out there. So that was that. I'm home, and you're home, and you're heading. Where are you heading next, Alfred? We're both out of town tomorrow, I believe.
I am in the morning. It's a little confusing. I'm going to be flying to Houston.
Okay.
No, where am I flying? Yeah, I'm going to do 2 weeks on the Harmony of the Seas in Houston. So actually, I'm going to be flying to Houston, and then I'm going to be taking an Uber. I'm overnighting at a hotel and Ubering to Galveston.
1 hour.
Now, question. Bernie did this last month. No, she just did it now. Last month, they had her take an Uber right to Galveston. She stayed there like 10 minutes from the ship. And this time, they had her stay 10 minutes from the airport in Houston.
I remember you saying that. I've never done that. And I've never known anyone who did that other than Bernie.
Well, she was going, when she did it last time, she was going from LA. So it's like 2.5 hour flight. So it was like, get the travel done, the extra hour. So she was like kind of delighted about that. She didn't have, she could check out at noon and then just make her way over to the ship.
Yeah. I don't like that Galveston thing because the Houston the Uber the next day, the hour to the port. It's a pain in the ass. You know.
I'm doing
in 2 weeks. Are you working with the same comic for 2 weeks?
I don't look into that. I don't ask.
You don't know? When I was off the ship in Naples, Italy, Matteo, who's the booker for Royal Caribbean, he books us for our gigs. I was walking with him and he said, "Hey, Simeon may join us for some pizza." And I go, "There's no way Simeon's joining us. Are you kidding? He's not leaving the ship. He doesn't do that." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I think you're underestimating my powers." I go, "I'll bet you anything Simeon's not joining us. I'll bet you anything you want. I don't care what it is." And then he thinks about it. He goes, "All right, well, I'll bet you 100 push-ups." I go, "You want to bet me 100 push-ups that Simeon won't join us?" I go, "Will join us?" I go, "You got it." So, of course, Simeon never joins us. And
you killed Simeon.
Yeah, just today I got my last set of 10 from him. He's been sending them a video because he did 20 for me on the ship.
Right.
And then he's been doing a series of like 10 or 15. And this morning he owed me 35, but he knocked them out. He got them done. Yeah, good work.
Well, he is younger than us, so that's helpful.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm doing like 200 a day now, not all at once.
And you do them on your back.
But I do 200 a day on my back. Yes. I don't even know what that means.
You're not doing 200 a day.
Push-ups? Yes, sir.
What?
Is that a lot? I didn't think that was a lot.
Yes, you're going to hurt yourself.
No, I do like 30 when I get out of bed, and then I do like, a 30 after I'm dressed, and then I'll do 50 after lunch, and then I'll do 40 before bed.
And how many?
I break it up.
After lunch, you're doing 50. What are you doing? Like 15, 25? What?
I'm sorry? What do you mean?
You said you do 50 after lunch.
Oh, yeah. I do like 25, 2-minute break, whatever, and then try to do another 25.
Really?
Yeah. If I do 15, I do a 2-minute break, and then do 10.
I'm impressed.
Well, it's not really that much. So I think it sounds more than it is.
So are you doing that in not going to the gym, or what are you doing? A combination of walking?
Yeah.
And
well, I've been walking and doing those push-ups and doing some of the those chair things.
Yeah,
that you see on the videos.
Those are supposed to be amazing if you do it consistently over a long period of time.
Yeah, I do those. But
are you seeing any results?
Yes. Yeah. And the gym,
like at the beach, all the chickies chasing you.
That's it. That's exactly what happens.
all the young dudes.
Yes, all the young men are all over me. They
sailor.
certainly do chase me. Hey now, and hey, a compliment's a compliment. But
absolutely,
the gym. I'm just
bored. Yeah.
I plateaued and I'm bored with it. I can't. I'm like, I'm gonna walk in and I don't have the attitude. I know it's not going to go because I'm like, I don't want to do this. Whereas walking, push-ups, exercises in the room, at least I knocked them out. I feel like I did something. So
you may, right now, initially, you're inspiring me to do this because you can do them. You can get out of bed and do them right in your cabin on the carpeting.
Yeah, that's at your own pace. And
you feel, and you're feeling the results. You can feel that strengthening because you're doing. I don't know if it's core, but it's upper body.
Yeah, it's a lot of upper body and arms, and the chair stuff. You do the lifts,
right. Mm-hmm.
Those things, and it's good. But it seems like a lot of guys they're going that route. Where I was telling Adam, the juggler, about it, and he's like, "Yeah, those are great. Those are like a lot of people doing that kind of thing now."
There's less effort of getting to do them because the chair is right there, right? It's like just bang them out.
Yeah. And it's not good if you're going to the gym with an attitude of, I don't want to go in here. Then you're not going to gain a lot. You're not going to give that time and effort. And I just walk in going, I don't want to do this. But if I'm in the room, I don't mind it. Or walking, ton of walking too, which we all do. But
yeah, we're doing.
If you do it in this, Italy and Spain, it was fantastic. I mean, at the end of the day, you're looking down, you're like 18,000, 21,000. Like, what the
wow?
Well, those are up hills and down.
But it's Italy and Spain. So you're like, there's a cafe. I'm going to have a little coffee and continue on. It's like, I don't want to leave. What time's the ship leaving? Yeah, it's a different, man. It's a different feeling.
Those coffees, I don't know what they're doing.
It's not like Nassau.
There.
It's like, I got to get back to the ship.
No, and the weather was, it was perfect. That kind of, you could walk forever there. It was like 75, no humidity, breezy. And then you stop and you pay €2 and you get this cappuccino that's like otherworldly. Pretty amazing, man. Really, really enjoyed it. Hey, my nieces contacted me. They're going to see a friend of ours Sunday night perform some comedy. Some of the stand-up comedy. Any guesses who that might be?
Mark Norman.
No, in the DC area. They'll be in the DC area this weekend, or
that's their home base.
If you're listening on Monday,
big venue, comedy club or big venue?
I believe it's not exactly a comedy club, but a room that's been doing comedy for a long time. So.
A buddy of ours, have they been on the podcast?
They've been on the podcast, yes.
I should be able to get this then, but we've had Bill Burr on, but that seems like a smaller venue.
No, this venue is way too small for Mr.
That's what I'm saying. What you're describing sounds like a smaller venue.
Yeah, like if we were just not on ships, this was a gig. Well, if we were in the East Coast, you'd have. It's like a standard comedian East Coast gig once a year.
Vic DiPotetto. No.
Solid guess. Vic might even be a little too big for this venue.
Okay.
This is a three night where Vic might go in and do one night.
I see.
Our pal here will be doing 3 nights.
Okay.
Whether he likes it or not, he's doing 3 nights.
Let me just say that I have a face. I can't get the name. I don't know. Tell me, is he a magician as well?
He is not a magician, but he is a close personal friend of yours.
Dan Gerstenlauer.
Yes, that's it. It's Dan Gerstenlauer.
Wait a minute.
They're going to go listen to him.
Hold on.
Drive a school bus.
Francis Riley. Is it Paul Francis Riley?
It is not. Unfortunately, it's not Paul Francis Riley. No, it's Dan Gerstenlauer. He's
tell me because I can't grab it.
It's to save 9 cents on your electric bill. No, you got to get it's maybe your best friend in comedy besides
DC.
There you go. What the
Tom
hell?
Cotter.
Tom.
Sorry, it's yes. It's
Tom
McCurdy.
Cotter,
is it McCurdy's?
Off
the hook? Is it McCurdy's or off the hook? Which one is it?
No, it's DC.
Oh, DC. I'm sorry.
Hey now, he's at the Arlington Draft House. I don't know if you ever did it. I did it back in the day.
I heard of it. Nope.
Yeah. So
Tommy
Olivia
Cotter
had written to me and Hannah and said we're going to go see Tom Cotter. And then I wrote to Tom and said, hey, they're coming up. Can you do a little hello, blah, blah, blah? And he said,
absolutely.
It goes against the restraining order, but yes, I will do
it. Of course, he's had to say something.
Would have been disappointing if he didn't.
The girls, they're both going? Both Olivia and Hannah? Because you said my niece. You should say both.
Nieces, I meant.
Both,
sorry.
Yeah, okay. Because I was trying to figure out which one it was. That's great. They will not be disappointed. Yeah. Tom Cotter is a consistently a heavy hitter, and that he has a little bit of something for everybody.
If you like jokes, I can't recommend anyone much more.
What is it? LPMs, laughs per minute.
Laughs per minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's probably
there's no big setup, no long-winded thing. It's just like a boom boom, a boom boom.
Well,
not a one-liner, but just strategically placed. Yeah.
Yeah, he wins those contests. He almost won America's Got Talent. He's just got everything that comes out of his mouth where you and I might do a setup or something, a premise. His jokes, these are just, each line's like a joke. Here it is. Here's another one. Here's another one.
And there's like 2 or 3 jokes within the 2 sentences. That's what's great about it.
Yeah. Yep. No, he's
one of my favorites.
He's a killer. So
I say one because, My podcast partner is a comedian. My wife's a comedian. So I have to say, one of my favorites.
Well, we appreciate it. And we'll put a picture up maybe on the podcast next week.
Yeah, God damn it, another note.
If it happens, we'll see. Also, speaking of comedy, we lost a
big one. Yep.
Big one. One of the greats. One of the greats. Martin Mull passed on last week. When was the first time? Do you have any recollections? I'm always just like first time you're seeing Martin Mull or hearing Martin Mull.
Well, it's an easy name to remember. Yeah, I mean, I remember being very young and I would see him periodically on shows. I think he had his own show for a while. And he was kind of a bit obscure. Him and Fred Willard were doing something together. But again, always enjoyed him. He always did like supporting roles in movies and sitcoms appearances. So he had quite the lengthy career. But I can't think of the name of anything that he did.
Well, when I first saw him, he was Mary Hartman. That was a show on late night.
I know it was
Norman Lear created in the
70s,
but late 70s.
I never saw it, but yes.
He was on that. He was Garth Snow, I believe his name was. And he was a talk show host. They would, watch Garth Snow. Then that became kind of popular. So they spun it off Fernwood Tonight.
I saw a few episodes of that, but also Mary Hartman was a spoof of a soap opera, correct?
Of the soap opera, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But what was great was Fernwood Tonight, they never told you it was like a satire. So people would watch Fernwood Tonight thinking it was like the Tonight Show, and it was just all a goof, and Fred Willard and Martin Mull together, was just fucking genius. And I'd watch it being like, holy shit, like how come I feel like these two guys should be the biggest stars in the world, and it was this little show on Channel 5 at 11 o'clock, and I just couldn't wrap my head around why he wasn't that little white mustache, that little weird milk mustache, Martin Mull when he was young, and
peach fuzz blonde.
Originally, I didn't know. I was Googling him. He had a comedy team with Steve Martin when they both started out.
Oh.
And they were Steve Martin Mull. That was the name of the team. Pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
And then Martin Mull became also a great artist, and Steve Martin has bought a ton of his art in his home. But Google, if you're interested, Martin Mull's art. It looks like something that, any of the great masters would paint. It's pretty impressive. These guys, man, a lot of these guys are not only one talent, you know what I mean? There's many talents going on. I love these guys who they're just artists too. Like, oh yeah, he's an artist. Like
totally committed, writing, performing, painting, whatever they do, it's all art.
I remember listening to WNEW FM, and they played. It was very controversial. Martin Mull had musical comedy albums, and he had a song called Jesus Christ Football Star, and he changed lyrics to Jesus Christ Superstar, and it was all about Jesus Christ coming in and kicking a winning field goal, and it was Jesus Christ Football Star. It was hilarious, but they were having all these issues, the Christian
right
coalition and all that bullshit, But Martin Mull,
and they never saw it. They just knew the concept of
it. Yeah. The word Jesus Christ, it must be blasphemy. Yes, blasphemy. Right. But I always thought it was a little weird, not weird, but it was a money grab. It's fine. At the end, when he was older and he was on like Roseanne, and I just felt like, you know what I mean? Like Martin Mull, it's kind of like, you take this super talented comedian and just put him in a little mainstream half-hour sitcom.
Well, he may have peaked as far as that, and then it was just a matter of, hey, let's get Martin Mull. He's got a famous face. Everybody remembers that name, even though he hasn't really done anything on his own in like 30 years. It's just like he's a part of it. It's like, yeah, get him. That's the guy.
Yeah. WKRP in Cincinnati was based on a movie. I think it was called FM, and Martin Mull was a Johnny Fever type character. And then I don't know if there was ever talk of putting Martin Mull in the series, or if he wanted to, or maybe it was never discussed. But there is a movie called FM, and if you see it, his character is basically Dr. Johnny Fever.
Okay, did Steely Dan do that song? Did they use that? FM.
I think if my, and certainly can Google this, but I think Steely Dan had the song first,
and then they said,
then the movie, FM,
and they paid them.
I'm sure
handsomely.
the song is in there, yeah, if it is or not.
No static at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, and so that's a loss. I mean, we've said it before, but the next these years are not going to be great for all the legends of the icons of music, comedy, film. No, they're all
the ones. How old was he? He was 81. Was he 81? Do you know?
Martin, I think he was in his 70s,
78 or something.
Mid to I think it was 76.
Yeah, when I hear people not living past 80 now, I'm like,
I know.
And then when I hear people that are in their 90s, and I like them, I'm like, oh, it's sad, but good for them. Long, successful.
I like seeing life. Mick Jagger run 2 miles every show, and he's 82, and he's just fucking running up and down. I'm like, all right, that can be done.
That's what motivated you into doing those 200 push-ups a day.
There you go. That was it. I want to run up and down a stage when I'm 82. Speaking of stages, I have my what is today? The 6th, the 5th? This comes out on when? When does this pod air? 8th or 9th of July? This Monday?
Hold on.
8th. Is that Monday? The 8th?
Yeah, July 8th.
Oh, okay.
5th, is that right?
My open bar comes out on the 10th of July. It'll be on YouTube, open bar, and it's what comedians are hating. It's a crowd work special. I'm sure.
Hey,
I'm sure a bunch of comedians are gonna be like, "Fucking, you suck. I hate it." I'm like, all right,
don't worry about it.
It's 30 minutes of barely, I think, zero material burnt. So
there you go.
I'll take it.
That's a trick about the crowd work thing, taking the clips for Instagram and YouTube and all that.
Yeah, I mean, these comedians are very upset with this whole crowd work thing, and it's nothing new per se. It's been around, and and if you can't do it, you can't do it. It's fine. Just do your act. But if you can do it, it adds a lot of
Rickles.
It adds a lot to your show.
Doing it 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Yeah. Todd Barry, we talked about that. Crowd work is the name. It was the name of his tour like 12, 15 years ago.
Jimmy Pardo, his whole career, he's been doing it.
Jimmy Pardo.
And I've done it for a long time. I don't do it only, but I do enjoy it. And it's like improv. If you can do it well, I love it and watching it. And if you can't do it, it's horrible. It's nothing worse than seeing a guy ask someone in the audience where they're from, hear an answer he doesn't like, and then move on to the next person and ask them where they're from. Oh, you don't have a joke for Cincinnati? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? So that kind of thing. That's why I think comedians say that, because it becomes like you're interviewing. But if you're quick and have fun with it, what's the difference?
Then there's the old trick of, this is crazy. Is anybody from Cincinnati? Because I got a good joke if you're from Cincinnati. No? All right. Where are you from? Tampa.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pretend you're from Cincinnati.
Yeah, I went to the Reds game.
When they start doing that stuff, I love that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Because they go, no. I'm talking about when they do that well. They're making fun of the fact.
Fun of that.
They actually went out there hoping that there's nobody from Cincinnati.
Well, that's fun.
That's
I like that.
Just fucking around.
But because also I when a guy does it, if someone I'm working with, like Paul Elgato does it very well, so does Simeon. I've seen their show. I like seeing a different, let's break it up. And that's when people come back. They're always coming back. They want that. How many times can you watch just the act? Literally the act. Once, twice. That's about 3, maybe. But if you're changing it up, things
I love
change.
when people go off script. That's my favorite.
It is. Yeah. Because it's real. It's in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be replicated. So, I'll be on there. I'm going on Icon with Steve White. This will be the first time for Steve White and Troy Thirdgill.
We've had Steve White here, a longtime friend, and we had him on the podcast. And Troy, I've only sailed with once, and he does a bang up job. So
he's a couple of killers. I got my work cut out for
me. But you guys are going to be you're going to be changing up the order, right?
Hell yeah, we switch every night. And I can do I can do the old Oreo joke because I'll be the cream inside the Oreo this week, which is a rare thing. Chips.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's going to be fun. You're going to get a good laugh out of that.
That'll be a nice time. And 1 week and then back home. So,
all right. Well, hopefully you'll have your voice, and I will be on the Harmony of the Seas.
I think it's gotten better this pod.
It's warmed up. It's actually warmed up. Yeah. Let's start the pod now.
All right. We are 2 L's, 1 pod. Is that our name? Are we out?
See you next time, folks.
Peace.
So long, man. Have a good trip. F*** you.
Iceberg, dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the 2 Al's 1 Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Go to patreon.com/forwardthe2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.